with Colin Coward's The Volume Network, and he is slated, based on valuations, to land a lucrative $100 million deal for his famous podcast, Club Shay Shay.
You mean to tell me she saw that contract and said, I'm gonna need me half of that? I'm gonna need me half of that, Shay Shay? What up, y'all? It's Mo on the go again. And today we are reacting to Shannon Sharpe has some serious allegations. Now, mind you, I just learned about this shit where a woman is trying to sue Shannon Sharpe for like 50 million or something like that for some sexual shit they had done. I don't like it. I don't like it when shit gets too rough. You know what I mean? I think for me it's more so like, why are you trying to get extra freaky? You already there with the woman, ain't you? Like, do your little shit. You know, do the normal regular shit. I'm not saying vanilla sex or whatever it is. I don't give a shit about anybody else's sex life or whatever. I'm just saying, when niggas get a little bit of money, when they get a little bit too rich, excuse me, they be looking for extra shit, and I don't like that. Just keep it simple, dog. Or you won't end up in a 50 million fucking lawsuit. Where you see what they do in the Let me quit yapping. I'm gonna do a lot of yapping in this video as usual, but let's get into it.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Tell y'all what Shannon needs. Let me tell you what my baby need. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs.
Yeah.
You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old out there.
Yeah.
You're old. You're trying to hide.
Tell him, auntie.
And you can't do it, Shannon.
Damn, it looks like Monique was hella right about Shannon Sharpe. Over the past couple years, Uncle Freaky Shannon Sharpe has gone through a meteoric rise, seemingly becoming a staple in the sports media sphere. Right now, his contract is up with Colin Coward's The Volume Network, and he is slated, based on valuations, to land a lucrative $100 million deal for his famous podcast, Club Shay Shay.
You mean to tell me she saw that contract and said, I'm gonna need me half of that? I'm gonna need me half of that, Shay Shay? She must have saw the contract. She said 100 milli. What can I take from this nigga? Now listen, if this nigga's in the wrong, take the 50 milli. Give it a 50 milli. You gonna have 50 milli left anyways. You 50. Shit, you ain't got long to live, nigga. You ain't gonna need 100 milli to survive another, 20 years? Maybe 30. This nigga be working out and shit, so he might have a better lifespan than most people. But yeah. No, she saw that shit, yeah.
And nightcap. Now, just a couple of months ago, Fox Sports Network went through a slew of allegations about the sexual deviancy between Skip Bayless and some of the other cast and co-hosts like Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Aicho. Now, naturally, no one knows what happened to that lawsuit, but one thing that stuck out the most was that everybody's freaky Uncle Shannon Sharpe seemingly skated by without any sort of scratch in that situation. He was there during all the accusation years, but nothing stuck to his jacket. But all that will come crashing down when everyone's favorite and most reliable attorney, I'm talking about John the Baptist level of respect and trust, Tony Busby, came out with a new lawsuit of a young woman alleging that Shannon Sharpe had raped her for $50 million. Look, I'm gonna go ahead and break the fourth wall because I know somebody's not gonna be able to understand the level of sarcasm that I'm trying to put down. I do not believe that Tony Busby is any sort of respectable man. I think that he is a liar, as people call an ambulance chaser as an attorney. And this is the same lawyer that attached his name to a lawsuit claiming that Drewski was a part of some freaky stuff. The one who was also representing somebody who was then tasked with lying on Jay-Z and P. Diddy, mucking up that whole situation. Literally, she came out and retracted everything that she said, saying that Tony Busby asked her to lie. So I do not believe that Tony Busby is any sort of respectable man. I just want to put that out there.
I'm not a lawyer, but Shannon Sharpe is being sued for $50 million in a lawsuit that accuses him of a number of things. And I read the 14-page complaint, so let me tell you exactly what Jane Doe is alleging Shannon Sharpe did. Now, the lawsuit was filed by attorney Tony Busby, who we know well, on behalf of his Jane Doe client. The suit says that Jane Doe met Shannon Sharpe at a gym in LA in early 2023 when she was 19 and Shannon Sharpe was in his 50s. Sharpe aggressively pursued her, and she eventually gave him her number. But before the two of them even hang out, he apparently tries to get her to sign an NDA. She refuses to sign it, so he eventually stopped asking and invited her over. Jane Doe agrees to go over, and according to the complaint, the very first night was disturbing and unsettling.
Now let's get some things out in the open. Shannon Sharpe was in his mid-50s. She was 19, asked for an NDA. She didn't sign it. These are all things that are alleged by the plaintiff in the situation, but apparently on the first day that she had went...
The nigga was in his 50s. Like, bro, if you're in your you know what the shit is? He's in his mid-50s, right? Why the fuck are you looking at a 19-year-old girl? Huh? Well, you scared of grown women? A 22 woman scare you? A 22-year-old woman scare you? A 25-year-old woman scare you? A 30-year-old woman scare you? Come on, man. No nigga in his 50s should be talking to a 19-year-old woman. I'm 27. You ain't gonna see me talking to a 20-year-old woman. You ain't gonna see me talking to any women, period. I mean, I got my women anyways, but we need to work on this shit, bro. We need to work on you older niggas trying to get to these young chicks to, you know, go crazy or, you know, show them some nasty shit they ain't never seen before. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together, Unc. This ain't it. This really ain't it.
And over there, she had gotten sexual with Shannon Sharpe. In the first night that she was there, they had sex, and it was noticed that it was on camera, but without Jane Doe's consent. It's very important. Then the next day, Shannon Sharpe invites her back to the house. Again, all alleged by Jane Doe. She shows up 5 minutes late. Shannon Sharpe is upset, grabs her by her neck, and then this kicks off their 2-year toxic relationship that they have that's filled with control, violence, anger, a bunch of different emotions, etc., etc. Now, again, all these things are alleged by Jane Doe herself in this complaint via Tony Busby. Shannon Sharpe himself unequivocally denied everything that was going on. He said that it was a consensual relationship. He even submitted a statement that included text messages, or at least typed up versions of the text message, that included explicit and graphic text messages initiated by the young woman in question, also exposing her name to be Gabrielle Zuniga, which she was going by Jane Doe, but Shannon Sharpe felt that he could put it out there. Now, the purpose of this is to portray that Shannon Sharpe himself was free and clear. This was a consensual relationship, and now he's being extorted. What I found very interesting in these text messages is that Shannon is into some pretty nasty stuff. No. I don't even necessarily mean the backdoor things. I don't care about that. But there's a couple text messages in here that are very telling. Only if you put that baby gravy in me, then I can do whatever I want to me. That's my daddy. F. I want you to put a big black baby in me. You better crave it, because you're gonna be stuck with it for life after you put a big black baby in me.
This is out of pocket. This is out of pocket. First of all, her name is Zoo Nigga. Let that marinate. You putting niggas in zoos, bitch? Huh? Let me stop playing. But look at this nasty, disgusting. Who writes shit like this? What is wrong with you people, yo? You better crave it, because you gonna be stuck with me for life after you put a big black... What? How big is the baby we talk? How big is the baby in the subject matter? How big is the baby you want? You want a big old baby that goes to the NFL? You be doing this with other big niggas? You saying this shit to other big niggas? I would be asking those kind of questions. Feel me? This is nasty work. Bro, the first text would have had me going, bitch, what the fuck is you talking about?
Oh, Shannon's into race play. This is a clear fetishization of a black man who is bigger and stronger, and these play on words are giving very much race play. I did find it interesting that Shannon Sharpe did not release his side of the text messages. I mean, if it was truly consensual, you should have no problem with putting out these things. Ultimately, you don't need to put these things out in the first place. This is court of public opinion. This does not ultimately matter in the say-so, at least to me. But I did find it weird that Shannon Sharpe introduced the fact that he does have a race play fetish to the conversation in an attempt to exonerate himself. Now, Tony Busby and his collective were very much well equipped for something like this, so they had a clip ready for Shannon, ready for Uncle Freaky Shannon.
I don't know. Anything I say, you're just gonna like get mad at, and you're just gonna hang up on me. So I feel like
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
what? What does that even mean?
Nothing yet. You want to be a dick to me now, so.
I don't want to be. Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to fucking choke the shit out of you when I see you.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Well,
What do you say to that?
I don't.
You know what?
I don't know what to
I
say.
don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
You're coming
Huh?
to LA tomorrow?
Yes.
Well, I don't know why you want to go out.
Don't worry about it, Gabby.
Well, okay.
Okay, what?
Well, I'm not really interested in getting choked, so I guess we're going.
Yeah. I might choke you in public.
What?
Black guy choke small white woman.
It's not
Huh?
a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look that you did with the shit you did to me.
Now, that doesn't state that he raped this woman. I do think that they have some sort of weird relationship going on. I wouldn't talk to my girl like that, or maybe this wasn't his girl. I don't know. I think that that is weird. But with that being said, Shannon Sharpe knew that Tony Busby was ready to play hardball. So he skipped out on ESPN the next day, skipped out on his nightcap show and any sort of postings, and went on the offensive. Sat down, read all the documents, and found that Tony Busby potentially had a piece of evidence that was so damning that he needed to get out in front of this. Shannon Sharpe needed to put himself in front of this and put down some heat to get it off his name.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This
No,
is a shakedown. I'm
no,
going to be
Unc.
open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup. Coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do.
19-year-old OnlyFans model named Gabby, aka Carly. Oh, Uncle Freaky Shannon Sharpe. I know this is a complete side note. I think Shannon Sharpe is extremely weird with the way that he is very much an open sexual person. Like, I don't think that sexuality should be hidden. It's okay to say that you're attracted to men, attracted to women, attracted to whatever you are. But the way that Shannon Sharpe goes about presenting how sexual he is over the past couple of years is disgusting. And the opportunity to send out whatever text he needed to display that this was a consensual relationship, he decided.
I don't know about disgusting. I think he might share a little bit more than the average person, but that's just me. I don't think it's disgusting what he's been sharing so far these past few years, but to each their own, I guess.
To put in the fact that there was a portion of it where he wanted his B-star eaten. I don't know. I think you could have did that without.
Whoa. I ain't see these motherfuckers yet. I ain't see this yet. Wait, I want to put my tongue in ya and then marry you. She said that to him. Unc, I didn't know you was into that shit. Unc, I didn't know you was into all that shit. You nasty for that. You nasty for that, Unc. You nasty.
Without doing that. In the same conversation, he knows that there's a whole 10-minute video that he would release if he had it. We don't need 10 minutes of Shannon Sharpe stroking and poking on film in order to know that this was a consensual not relationship. Like, I think that shit is so weird. So how you don't have the video when it was recorded at your house? Maybe that was made up. Look, I don't know what's going on here, and it's really not my place in space to pass judgment. I don't defend celebrities because I know celebrities do weirdo stuff. There is very much a possibility that Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Freaky Shannon Sharpe at that, definitely did all these things that he's being accused of. However, semicolon, whatever, this is Tony Busby. I think the simple fact that if a lawyer by any other name was attached to this case, people will be looking at Shannon Sharpe much, much, much crazier. But Tony Busby is known to be a fraudster. He is known to be some sort of gimmick. Like, he is known to put out fake lawsuits like this. Most of the criticism that I've seen online and even have about this situation doesn't have anything to do with the allegations in the case. Most of the criticism comes from Shannon Sharpe, who is 56 years old, having sex with a 19-year-old girl.
Yep.
I'm Shannon Sharpe talking to a 19-year-old.
Yep.
I will admit that it is fucking weird. I'm 31. 19-year-olds look like children to me, but
Yep.
not all of them.
Yep.
Oh, that's so gross, Jonathan. No, it isn't. some 19-year-olds that look like 25-year-old women. And I have news for you guys. 25-year-old women will always be attractive to everyone. I know you hate I know that you hate that shit. I was but a young lad. High school, middle school. Guess who the finest women were? Around that 21 to 25. That's, well, let's say 21 to 28. When I was a kid, that's why I was like, damn, the women look good. When I was those exact ages, I was like, damn, these women look good. I'm 31 now. Those women still look good.
I think that there's a difference between those women looking good and you actually acting upon them. And look, I know the age of consent police are gonna come out of the woodwork and say all these different things, but there's a lot of things that come with these sorts of power dynamics due to age, due to status, whatever, etc., etc. And I think it's important to address all the matters in the situation, especially because there's so little validity to a Tony Busby lawsuit. It's okay to jump to the point to say that, Shannon Sharpe, you are an Uncle Freaky nasty dude when it comes to dealing with women.
This is a very, very messy situation. I don't know what's true and what's not true, but I have no idea why a 54-year-old man is dating
that picture?
a 19, 20-year-old. I know y'all like to be out here bragging about smashing these young things, but that's not a flex to me. You 54 years old, you should be laid up with your wife and kids, taking your cholesterol medicine, minding your damn business. We need discipline and stability. That's and I ain't talking about just Shannon. I'm just talking about all of us in general. Men need discipline and stability.
All this is so timely to me. Not the lawsuit. You know, he got announced that he was getting $100 million or supposedly getting $100 million for his podcast on Friday. And then Monday, a lawsuit wanting half of that comes out.
That's gotta hurt. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Imagine you got the best news of your career, your life maybe even, that you will be getting $100 million for a show that, you know, is on ESPN, and they want to make you the lead of the show, all that good shit. You know, in that moment, you feel like, oh, all the work that I put in is, you know, paying off. You go out, you know, you go about your way in the weekend, you do your thing. You wake up on Monday morning thinking, oh my God, I can't believe it. It's happening. I'm getting $100 million for a fucking show. And then you open your phone and you see you getting sued for half of that. You getting sued for 50. Oh, uncle. A freaky unk. I can't defend you no more, bro. I can't defend you no more.
That is an outrageous amount of money, but that's not what's timely to me. It's interesting how, in a clip I still have yet to see, Trick Daddy a week ago said that he likes young girls. Apparently he got lambasted for it.
I tried dating women my age. That's the hardest shit in the world.
Oh.
They stuck in their fucking ways. They wonder why they can't keep them in.
Now look, you know they gonna get you for this now.
I wouldn't give a damn. Them old hoes need to lower their standards.
Tracy Ellis Ross says that she likes younger guys. She got some praise from it, or at least some more neutral responses from it.
And we've talked about this, that often I date younger men. Mm-hmm. And a lot of it is because...
Let's stop on that, folks.
And then Shannon Sharpe, Uncle Freaky Shannon Sharpe, the next week literally gets into a situation with a younger girl. Consensual, unconsensual, you know, the word is on the curb, but he's still with a younger girl.
I do not feel bad for Shannon Sharpe. Actually, nail him to the wall. Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you...
She be one of them that's praising Tracy Ellis Ross for dating younger men. I know she one of them that be... The double standard is crazy. I don't agree with any of this shit. Like dating somebody that's like fucking 30 years younger than you. It's nasty. It's nasty. Let's put it that way. It's nasty, right? But I know this lady be fucking... Oh yeah, you know, dating younger men. No, it's good. They got the energy. They got the stamina. As soon as a nigga does it, watch what she say. Crazy.
To you that they are still children. How dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was fucking with your old ass? Oh, really?
I am not that red pill guy, but man, marriage is sounding kind of cool. It's at least giving you some responsibility so you're not out here. And I do think it's also interesting because Shannon Sharpe was one of the people who had so much to say when it came to the Travis Hunter situation and how he was being potentially shaken down. People could see the writing on the wall, et cetera, with that.
Young lady, for you to talk about, well, the reason why I left him on for my inbox, well,
he's younger than me and he cheated. You see, now you threw that man on the bus. We didn't need to know that. Why you put that man business in the street? Are you perfect? I don't like the part of oversharing in a relationship because it was unnecessary.
But in the same token and breath, Shannon Sharpe could not see this one coming and set himself up after having years of experience of potentially being set up or dealing with women who didn't have his best interest at heart. Irony is crazy. Shannon Sharpe has been trying to show us how much sex he really gets into, how much deviant behavior he really gets into. I don't know if he's trying to avoid some sort of allegations or whatever the case may be, but whether it is him talking about...
I'm going to stop the video right there, but, I'm going to say it again. Date within your age, all right? That's how we all understand each other, We shouldn't be looking for these younger women as men. Personally, me, I'm 27. I'm not looking at no 19, 20-year-olds. I'm not looking, as I said before, I'm not looking at any women, period. I'm just saying. Mind your business. Date within your range. And don't go too crazy with it. And keep your crazy shit to yourself. Don't be posting about it. Don't be letting the world know what you like, what you don't like, da-da-da. That's between you and your woman. And you women that like this shit, all right, the women that, be praising women for dating younger men and, shitting on men for dating younger women, y'all need to stop the bullshit. Y'all be the first ones to complain about role reversal and look at what men can do. Look at what men. Stop the bullshit. I'm not going around talking like a red pill nigga because that's not just me. I don't like that shit. But anyways, yeah, like, subscribe, as I said, or don't. I'm not your dad, as usual. And I'm going to see y'all niggas on the next one. Peace.